Welcome back, guys, to the MVM Show. Sorry I had a little bit of a break there. One episode we missed on Thursday and Friday. I was going to put one out, but a little busy with work, but that's the joys of being a working man. It's not like I do this for a living. So anyways, we got the next one up. I think you guys will be excited about. It's Travis's top 5 waterfowl gear picks. And I'm curious to see what he's got on his list. He hasn't heard what mine or Thomas's is, so he's straight in the dark. And we're going to get right into this. And Travis is part of the first, okay, drum roll please. Travis's first part of the new episode, the 10-minute episodes we're going to start doing on Thursdays, because you guys said long ones on Monday, shorter ones on Thursday. And congrats to Avery Austin for me taking your idea. That I think was a great idea. And I can't remember now. I took a picture of it. Okay. But you already know what it is, man. So thank you for the good idea. To the point, Thursdays. Because I'm going to do them on Thursdays. So I thought I'll name it TTP. Because in the military, I was like, that's a military like phrase. Not the phrase, but the TTP. It's tactics, techniques, and procedures, or vice versa, something like that. So I thought that was a good idea. We'll call it TTP, be to the point Thursdays. And if we do it on Tuesdays, it'll be to the point Tuesdays. It still sounds good. So that's what we're going to do with that. And we're going to record some of those today, and those will be going out. And Travis had some good ideas for the ones with him on it. So we'll talk about those and, keep it around 8 to 12 minutes. I mean, we say 10 minutes, but it's going to be around pretty close there. We're definitely going to keep it short. So hopefully you guys enjoy those. And if we have guests extra on top of whatever we record and put out, I'll still throw those in, and maybe we'll have 3 in the week and push the to the point Thursdays on different days. But anyways, first off, before we get started, thank you for all the ratings on Spotify. I hadn't checked in a while since the last time, and I was like, oh man, you guys really pushed it up pretty good actually from the last time me and Thomas were talking. So anyways, still got a long ways to go. I want to hit the 400-500 mark. We're at 332 on the ratings, but thank you for all of those that did that. And then also don't forget Muller Chokes, MullerChokes.com. Put in the code MVM2024, all one word, caps, and you'll get 10% off. And thank you for the feedback, too, for the chokes, because a lot of people have been saying they pattern them or been hunting with them and they're deadly. So I feel the same way. Thomas, he's patterned his, but he used his for the first time on the opener we went to.
Yeah.
And he was like, the first one, it was just like, boom. I mean, just smack down, dude. And he was like, huh. And I kind of wasn't thinking about him having the Muller choke in, and he's got the passing in his 20. Everything he shot, dude, feathers were just blown. I mean, just like full. Because like you said, you can only see so much on paper, and then you got to have it in the field and see what it does to the birds, right?
Exactly.
Or on the water, too. Like if there's just individual pellets going everywhere, like that's not a good pattern. You want it to look like an implosion. And dude, it was a smackdown. Everything he shot, I was pressed to, and he was shooting in bismuth. I was shooting my 28 gauge, shooting heavy 12. So, and I was stoked. Well, like I was 7 for 9 on day one.
It's kind of nice when you only have to shoot like 7 shells.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, 9 shells. Yeah. I missed 2 shots at one.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would have, that one bird I would have actually crushed. I would have been, well, I guess with that, yeah, that'd been 7 for 7. So, anyways, I love the chokes. I do. But I shoot decent with my 28 gauge, anyways. And it was opener. The birds were coming tight. So, I mean, you get them like that, you're going to shoot a lot better, right? So, let's start this show. Travis, what is number 5 on your waterfowl gear pick? I'm curious.
It's one of those things that I don't always have it with me. And when I don't take it with me, I'm like, why did I leave it home? But the problem is with this item, I have a tendency to lose them. And that's a gunsling.
That's number 5?
That's probably number 5, yeah.
Okay.
And the reason is we do a lot of refuge hunting. I push a cart and have a sled. And I don't like putting my gun in the sled. I don't like piling stuff on top of my gun, that sort of thing. So I like a sling to just put it on my back, walk through there. It's good when you walk through the marsh. You're not flinging water all over it. But I have a tendency to take it off, and
when it's time to shoot,
take it off and set it on the toolies like a dummy because I'm too lazy to walk over to my sled and put it in the sled. So I don't know how many slings I've lost, and if you've hunted the refuges I've hunted, you probably found one of them. No.
Yeah.
So I'd say number 5 is a sling.
That's really a good one, though, honestly.
Yeah.
I know some guys will never hunt without it.
Yeah, but definitely have to take it off. I had a situation
So
I was hunting one time, and this is what ruined me. I left my sling on and was trying to get off. You know, it has those, I can't even think of the name now, the little things you spin. What's that called?
I don't know what they call those things.
There's
though.
a specific name for
that
it.
go
And
into
everybody's
the
gonna
gun.
think you're stupid, can't remember what it is.
They think about me all the time anyway, so that's fine.
But I couldn't get the one off, so I'm like, piece of junk. So I stuck the other one back in, and I had 2 Drake pintails come in, threw the gun up, and the sling went over the top of my sight, and I'm trying to get it off. They're just kind of stuck, and I shoot 3 times and didn't get it, and it was in my face, and so that was pretty frustrating. So a gunsling's something I really like.
That's a good one.
You know,
well, like
I've
when you're
it.
if you're doing decoys or moving decoys and something comes in,
yeah, it's
you
just
have your gun
something
ready.
just nice to have it, you know.
Hands free, but then if you need, you can sling it off real quick
exactly.
and
You
shoot.
see something coming.
Yeah, I bet you a lot of people would agree with that one. Because I think of a lot of times I wish I did have one. Because you're trying to do something with one hand and hold your gun.
Yeah.
And you're like, I want to set down, but I'm in the water. And there's nothing I can do with it.
Exactly.
And then, like you said, walking out to the pond, too, it's kind of like if something jumps up, you're ready. I don't know.
Usually it depends on which pond I'm hunting or what. But sometimes if I'm going through thick stuff, you know, and I know it's a spot where there's nobody out there and I have the potential to jump shoot some mallards, I'll always have my gun in my hand, kind of just stalking to the spot I'm going to go to.
Mm-hmm.
But a sling is nice, especially when I'm walking out. Just throw it over my shoulder.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
Yeah, and I know I think we and Thomas were actually talking about you. Why is mine so much louder than yours? I don't understand that.
I don't know.
I have you cranked up, and my level is going so far. It just must be my voice. It just must be a softer spoken, Travis.
I try to stay calm.
Yeah. Okay, so we were talking about you on the last one. I said he carries his gun a lot. Like you very rarely put it in a case and put it in the cart, huh?
Rarely.
Like I always feel like you always have it in your hand.
Yeah, I do a lot.
Is that there a reason for that, or is that just habit? Like, is it because
Probably habit. Probably
Okay.
habit. I think it's probably coming from not having a cart before and carrying my decoys on my back. And always having my gun in my hand, so you just kind of naturally just grab it,
Yeah.
carry it.
Yeah.
Seems like that is, you know. And then I'm always afraid that one bird of a lifetime is going to fly over and I don't have my gun.
That's what we were talking about. I was like, he's probably always just going to be ready. You know?
Hey,
literally.
Hey, you might only get one chance at that, you know.
Hey, remember when we thought, what did we think on my vet hunt that it was, and I snuck up on that thing? What did we think
we
that
thought
was?
it was Eurowidgeon.
Oh, I thought it was Euro, huh?
Yeah.
And was that the first day? No. That was the year before, I think, right?
I think so.
And I ended up getting one the next year. Isn't that a trip?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was crazy.
Okay. Number
so that'd
5.
probably be number 5.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Probably number 4, I would say would be. This is a toss up. I'm gonna say a face mask or face paint.
Okay.
I don't know how many times I've went out and you see guys out in the toolies and the first thing you see is their face.
Mm-hmm.
I always try to use the shadows when I hunt,
Mm-hmm.
but just that extra. I think it just for a duck, they're flying over, right? And
Yeah, it sticks out like a sore thumb.
I think it just sticks out,
It does.
you know. And
I've been bad at that for a while now.
And two, the other thing is I always think of my hands, right? I hate wearing gloves because you're trying to put shells into your gun. So I don't wear gloves, but I'm thinking when I'm calling, right? Because sometimes you'll move your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Just little subtle things like that. I mean,
add up.
I try to be like the ultimate stealth mode when I'm out there,
Yeah.
I guess. And so anything I can do to reduce my outline and not cause bursts of flare. Because I know you see people, you know, you just move or whatever, and I think it's just super obvious.
Yeah.
To a duck, and it could be psychological, whatever.
No, I don't think
but
it is.
I think it just gives me an edge psychologically, at least.
I mean, maybe that's. I mean, I don't know if it's better. It is an edge, right?
Yeah, I don't always like face paint, because I hate wiping it off afterwards.
Yeah.
If you have baby wipes,
Yeah.
which are good for other things,
Yeah.
and that would be like on
dual
one of my,
purpose.
Yeah,
I know, and I don't know how I forgot that as part of my top 5 because I don't go anywhere without those things, man. I blew that one.
the bare necessities.
Literally.
Right?
I mean the nitty gritty, the things that really matter. An extra pair of socks, you know.
It only matters so you don't have it, right?
Yeah. Toolies are not exactly easy to use to clean things up. Let's put it that way.
Micro abrasions.
Oh dear God, dude! Can you imagine
Like a paper cut, you know what I'm saying? For the wrong
thousands of
spots.
paper cuts every
God
swipe,
forbid you grab stinging nettle by accident, right? No.
dude? I'm trying to think. Yeah, because like corn stalks are very sharp, right? Like corn, because we went through the corn maze with the
I don't
girls.
know. I mean, I guess if you get a long enough toolie and you kind of like do the whole. I'm joking.
Like a towel. Yeah,
No,
that
I
one.
don't know.
That one, dude, too much. Hey, don't tell me there hasn't been times you've been nervous that you might thinking I might have to use one of those bad boys.
Yeah, you sometimes like, well, I've used socks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, Jake said, you know how many times I've seen Matt Driscoll come back without any socks on?
Or a T-shirt, right?
Yeah, T-shirt's gone, you know, or half of it's gone. Dude, that's what I was telling everybody on the last one. I was like,
I will not use my face mask though.
yeah. Well, if you did, you won't even know you used it. Just make sure you use the back of it.
Oh, we got way off topic
know.
here,
Whoa,
man. What's up?
Thanks for your office. You're killing me, Lord.
Maybe because we're tired.
Dude,
It's
I
Friday,
know.
right?
Working 6 days. Yeah, 5 days now. Work tomorrow too. Oh my goodness. All right.
Yeah. So
Oh, I can't really breathe. Okay, hold on a second. Let's not pass them up too fast. So, okay, what face mask do you like? I used one for years that was a hat. Remember the one I popped out of my hat and you could put your hat backwards and it would do the front?
you know what?
I'm not a big fan of that though because the whole neck and ears were showing. Well, it covered the ears, but the neck. I think a neck's a factor too.
Behind
like
you,
flashing, you know, like birds working. By, I don't know. I mean,
there's
like,
certain things about face masks that I like and I don't like.
okay, so which one have you found anyone that you actually really like?
I had an Avery one that I really liked. The only thing I didn't like about it, so I like one that has a hole where the mouth is, so you can call, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because you don't want to call through
No.
the face mask.
Sounds
That
terrible.
stinks, tastes nasty after a
Yep.
while, and it muffles the sound.
Yep.
I had one that was made by Drake for a long time, but what I didn't like, it was a full one. It went over your head. I hate my
Can't hear.
I hate my ears covered.
Yep.
When you turn, you hear that fabric. I hate that. So I like one that. So basically, my Avery one that I have, I really like it, but I cut a hole in it just so I could call through it
Yeah. I think that was the last one you've had. Or do you still have that one?
somewhere.
Okay. It's real thin netting,
It's
right?
super thin,
But
it's super thin, and I don't like something thick and heavy. You know, even if it's cold, just something that covers your face just to block wind.
You know what? I think honestly, dude, a face mask is better than face paint. If you want to be real, don't you think? In a way, or it's just you think the
I don't
positives and
know.
negatives are the same.
Because sometimes I think certain face paints have a glitter to them.
Mm-hmm. So which face paint do you? I know the one I like the most.
I've used like the H&S. I've used that one. I've used the
H&S.
Duck Commander ones.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Strut HS Strut.
Yeah.
For
Let's see.
turkey hunting. But finding one that you can wipe off really easily. I've used some of them.
You can't get off, dude.
Yeah, basically I'm at Sportsman's or Big Five and I just like, oh, they got face paint. You know, I'll grab it and,
Yeah.
and whatever they have, I'll use. I've used the Duck Commander one.
Yep. That one don't come off very good though. Okay, you said H&S.
Yeah,
The Hunter Specialty.
Yeah, Hunter Specialties.
This one. You used to use that one.
Yeah, I've had that one.
Okay, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
So if you guys are looking for face paint and a good one, this is actually only $7.49. This one actually has 5 colors. Usually the Hunter Special camo, it's like a little closed.
Yeah.
How would you describe that? You're better at
almost
this.
like a makeup kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it
Little
clicks
mirror.
closed and it has a little mirror in it. And if you know, in the morning, even there's 1,400 of those stars on that. It's almost a 5-star deal. $7.49, and it has they do have 3, 4, and 5 color makeup kit. It's a Hunter Specialty camo. I've been using that since I was a little kid with my dad, because elk hunting. Mm-hmm. And it comes to me with Costco baby wipes. I don't know if there's something different in other baby wipes because I've used other ones and it won't come off. But Costco baby wipes, that stuff comes right off. And it even gets it out of your pores too.
Really?
Which is, I know, like young teenagers is not good for them because it gets in their pores and causes them to break out more. But
yeah, I've used face paint and then take a shower, Saturday night and then wake up for church next morning and I still got face paint on.
Oh, really?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. I've had it on like my
just weird
ears
spots,
or something.
Just weird spots, yeah.
Neck or ears or whatever.
Yeah, the crease of your nose or something.
See, what's killing me now, I had to put way less on because I had a beard. Now I don't have a beard. And it was like, I wore it opening day. And I was like, my goodness, I felt like I had to use so much to get on my face.
Yeah, to cover up.
And I'm big on now, too, with the Kuyu, the 145s. They're so thin and I can hear good and they don't rub on my ears.
Yeah.
I always put the hood.
Top.
So I got the hat, the hood, and then I put the face paint on. And I feel like it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But if you have that, I do. I mean, you've talked about it, like your neck and your ears kind of glowing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to do all the other stuff, well.
And too, like hands, right? But it washes off with your hands.
Yeah, your hands, you ain't worried so much. You just rub it on your hands. I mean, look, like you said, look at Duck Commander. Every video, dude, they're covered. I mean, they're doing it for a reason, Like, I've told you this before. I've flown over guys that were hunting like 1,500 feet or more. And, dude, I'm not lying. When they look up at you,
you can see them.
All I could see was their face.
Yeah.
I couldn't really make out their body, but the face was just glowing. And I'm like, man, that's what ducks are seeing? No wonder. Like, it's so important. And I've got kind of lazy wearing face paint or mask before the last couple of years, but this year I told Thomas, I'm like, dude, I'm either wearing a face mask or face paint.
Yeah, I think it kind of depends where you're at, too. I think
birds on a blind.
It seems like birds on a refuge are, to me, they're more wary, right?
Yeah.
They're looking like, okay. And then, of course.
But the other thing, too, Travis, is like if you're in a blind and you're up on a bank, birds usually, if there's brush and stuff over you, you either got top cover or they're not working behind you. But if you're hunting somewhere where you're out in the middle of a pond and they're working you, they're going behind you on the side of you, they're getting all those angles.
And you're trying to watch them, right?
Right.
You're trying to,
without moving too much.
When you're calling, you're trying to read how they're responding to the call, where they're going. If you got to get on the call harder, less, whatever. So you're moving.
Yeah.
And so anything I can do to minimize them seeing
visual,
I think it's a positive.
Yeah. Well, you guys, if you're interested in the one I've used for years, is that Hunter Specialty Camo Compact 345 color makeup. You can put on Amazon, $749. Which one have you? Do you like any of these specific ones? Have you used? I thought I've seen you use that one.
No, I've used I've used that stick way in the past. Stick? Yeah, I've used that in the past.
This one or this one?
This here.
So what is that?
That three.
HME?
I don't know if that was a particular brand, but it was a 3-stick.
Yeah, 3-color stick.
Yeah,
how'd you like that?
Stick. It was fine.
I've seen you use this tube stuff.
I've used
the real wet.
And I've used that. I think H&S has even tubes as
do
well,
they?
and I've used that. Yeah.
This you used?
There's 3 different colors. I haven't used that. They look like a lipstick thing now. These here. One. I've used that one. That's H&S,
Oh,
right?
that is H&S, yeah. Hunter Specialty.
Yeah, I've used that.
But it comes in a
3
cream.
different colors.
They call it a cream.
Yeah.
So, okay. How's that come off?
The green, it comes out pretty good. The green is a really...
Yeah, I don't like... When you wore that green, I was like, dude, that's
a really weird green color.
It's like a fluorescent
It's like a fluorescent green.
Yeah. But, dude, I think, like, if you just use black, I think that... Well, I don't know, though, because, I mean... Wasn't it the brown one that looked like baby poop? We were laughing because it was like...
Yeah. Oh, remember that one that was... I think it was the... Remember that one time Talon had the Hunter Specialties one, and it was like almost like a burnt umber color, and he put it all over his face, and that's the only color he put on? I have a picture of it somewhere. Yeah, it was like trippy. I'm like, who's that dude? He was a little kid.
Too bad they didn't just sell it in black. Like, you could just buy the tube of black. Yeah. Oh, there we go, right there. Oh, so they do. Okay, so that's funny because if you just buy black, it's $517. But if you buy the combo pack,
I don't really care for the green in the combo pack. To be honest with you,
it's the same price.
Really, the green is pretty bright. I don't know.
What the brown's kind of too much too, huh? Like it just looks odd.
Like a burnt umber color.
Why would they sell that?
But here's the thing, like
price?
I need it
flat.
Like if I need it and it's at big fiber where I'm running in real quick,
dude, it's flat. So maybe to make no sheen.
Yeah, because some of the black to me has this reflects, right?
It does.
It
totally
seems to reflect.
Huh? What's that? Oh, I guess it's in the package. It said flat. For some reason, a tube of black by itself is the same price as the package.
Maybe the same ounces. I don't know. Is it larger?
Well, that's
smaller?
what I was going to look. Maybe it is. It says 1 ounce. No, they're both 1 ounce.
1 ounce. Strange.
Yep, 517. The green's dirt cheap. The green's 357. Probably because no one wants that thing. It's so goofy looking. Okay, well, anyways, I guess we beat that one. So yeah, face paint or mask. Man, I feel like yours are a lot better than mine.
I don't know.
Because those are important things though. Like I did a call, which I'm not saying you're not doing that yet, but
yeah.
I did a call. Motion ducks Onyx was a huge deal for me.
Yeah, my next one, going to that, my next one was a change of clothes.
Okay, so number 3, change of clothes.
Is that 3? Yeah, I have to have a change of clothes after I hunt.
I know. Like fresh, not moist.
I just want to feel fresh. Like, because usually you go out to eat somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And you walk in and I feel like, do I stink or, whatever?
Which you probably do. Yeah.
So I always and I like fresh socks, I like putting on my tennis shoes.
Do you always have fresh socks on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I do too.
I always bring socks.
Always, dude.
A lot of times I'll bring underwear,
Yeah.
Like, hey, nobody's in the parking lot, right?
Yeah.
Because you get sweaty.
Yeah.
Right? Walking or whatever. I don't know. I just like to feel kind of fresh.
More so in the beginning of the season, right? The first couple months.
When it's hot.
I'm not saying you don't.
Yeah.
I still do it.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, I do too.
Just
but
sometimes I don't always change because if it's raining, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to stand out there and get sopping wet. Right. So, but I always bring that because I'll at least bring them just in case,
Yeah.
Because sometimes you take it off your waders, whatever, your shirt gets wet.
Yeah.
It's raining, right?
Or like you said, just sweating bad, dude.
Yeah.
Just straight up sweating. That's half the time why I change.
Yeah.
Now, when it's cold, and I'm not sweating,
Yeah.
like the Kuiu wader pants, like those, well, I know they don't call them wader pants, but a lot of times if I don't change, which I usually still get in jeans or attack pants afterwards, but if I'm just like, I don't want to right now, or I forgot my clothes, though I like those pants. They're not skin tight. They look like regular, like jogger pants.
Yes.
And if I'm not sweating, like I totally just wear those.
Yeah.
Like you said, but I always change my socks.
And a lot of times when I'm walking back from the pond, I'll take my waders off because I have my sled.
Mm-hmm.
So typically, like I have the, is it the Tiburon? The Kuiu Tiburons? Whatever the light one is.
I think so.
I forget.
The pants?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those things dry so fast when I'm walking out.
Uh-huh.
So.
Or you're wearing those under.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. Instead of wearing like wader
pants. That might be kind of nice though.
Like,
do you like it? Do you like wearing?
I do.
Huh.
Because they're light.
So by the time you're back to the truck, they're dry.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm dry.
I remember you wearing pants underneath last year under the Kuiu waders.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was those.
Yeah.
Did they keep you warm too? I mean, did you ever hunt when it was real cold?
I never get cold. I don't remember getting cold one time last year. But I didn't hunt extreme cold weather either.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know why I never thought of doing that.
Yeah, they just dry fast. That's why I liked them.
Well, and the thinness, like.
It's almost like breeze because they were kind of wet at first, right? So it's kind of a cooling effect when you take off your waders.
Yeah.
And then as you walk, you can warm up, but then they're dry.
Yeah. It's almost like, but when you're wearing it, it's not like wearing pants where you're like, it's binding up in there.
No, it's loose, man. I feel like I'm not wearing anything.
Huh. Yeah, because they don't fit you tight like skinny jeans. It's just the material's so nice.
Yeah. And it's thin.
So you said, what was that third one?
Change of clothes.
Change of clothes, yeah. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
So number 4.
No, number 2.
What?
Because we're going
we're going opposite. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh,
okay.
Did you already start? Was that your number 1?
No, that's not my number 1. No.
Okay, so we're
down to number 2.
Yeah, number 2, getting up
all
there.
Right, I think this is really important. Is motion, right?
Yeah.
Motion's so huge. Mm-hmm. Especially here, it seems like inevitably, right? It's windy on Thursday.
Yeah.
Wednesday's dead calm.
Mm-hmm.
And so many times you just see lifeless decoys out there, no movement. You got to have some type of motion, whatever it is, whether it's, the motion ducks, pulsators, those mallards.
Ripplers.
The mallards like
the
you
Duck
got.
Creek decoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to cause some movement. And I played it. I've talked about this before. I played around that with a lot before there was so many. Before there was so many different kinds of motion decoys. Primo's made what was called a decoy heart. I think it was for predator calling, but it was just a ball with a button on it. So I took one of those and I cut the back off one of my decoys and put some foam in there and then stuck that thing in there and I turned that thing on. And man, the first couple of years I used that thing, it was lights out for sucking in mallards. It was crazy because it just put enough ripple on the water.
Was that before? Was that working?
It was kind of it's before the pulsator came out.
So was that working so good because no one was really using anything like that?
That's what I don't know. That's what I don't know.
It probably was, guaranteed. They get used to stuff.
Yeah,
we know that.
And there's been such a big influx, and this was probably, I don't know, 15 years ago or more. It was a long time ago. And then I was like, oh, well, if one works good, 3 must work good. But it was weird because when I got to 3, it was almost like it was too much.
Yeah.
And it's
too much.
Yeah, like so too much. And one was just perfect. I don't know what it was, but it seemed to work in a spot that I was typically hunting for mallards. It just was dynamic.
Huh.
So, and hands free, right? You're not having to pull anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like that. But I think motion's crucial, whatever you have.
Yeah. So if you had to pick, would you pick a spinner or a?
I would pick something that's on the water personally, because you can use it all year.
Yeah.
Versus a spinner where you got that time frame that you can use it. And I've seen guys that had spinners and suck every bird in the nation right to them. I've never had a ton of luck with the spinner, but I haven't used it a ton.
Mm-hmm.
Teal, it's like Teal really loves those things. Yeah. But and 2, it's just something else to mess with for me. Putting the wings on and taking a pole out there,
charging the battery.
Yeah. So,
well, I mean, I guess you got to do that with other things too.
You do.
Yeah, it's more moving parts.
Yeah,
and I'm like you. I'm not like a sold out spinner wing guy. Like a lot of times, I'll take it down. I'll take it. I'll put it up, or I won't put it up. If it's not working, then I'll put it up, and I'll try all these different things. That's how we do it. But it's like I've never thought besides one. I've never thought like, man, that spinner wing just sucked him in.
Yeah,
like I don't.
I've seen it happen for other people.
Yeah, I have too.
Like,
remember that one time me and you were out there a long time ago, and it was like lasers to that guy. But I'm like, okay, was it his calling though?
Was it where he was at?
Where he was at? Was he on the?
I don't know.
I think he was just on the X.
Yeah,
just like any of us. When it's just working, you want him like, oh, it's my calling.
Yes,
it's my decoy setup. It's like, dude, it's because you're on the X, probably.
Yeah,
it has to be, right? I don't know.
I like to think so. I mean,
yeah, we all do. We all do like to think what we do is different. And I think that's sometimes is what gets people to do things their whole life because they have that one hunt that the way they chuckle feed called or the way they have their decoy set, they just swear by it the whole rest of their days because, it worked that time. And I just don't think it's like that with animals in waterfowl, right?
I don't think so. I always try to make something up,
Yeah.
And you know how many times, like, probably I'm less like this now, but when you first started hunting with me, how many times would I change my decoys?
Well, yeah, we all do that still.
Just something that's like, hey, they're not acting in a certain way, or they're doing this, and I think if I do this, this is going to make a difference.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, sometimes I don't do it after one reaction, but if the third and fourth and fifth group goes by and they're not like, I'm like, dude, we got to do something.
Yeah.
Because those are all opportunities gone now.
Exactly.
How many are you going to let go by before you do something about it?
Exactly.
I mean, maybe that's wrong thinking, but that's how I think. If it ain't working,
it's a dance, right?
Yeah, if it ain't working, change something. But anyways,
exactly.
All right, these are money, dude.
So
yeah, you gotta have that. What is your favorite motion if you had to pick? Just if you had to, meaning on the water.
A pulsator, probably.
Yeah, they're pretty simple, dude. Easy.
It's easy. Just throw it out there.
Yeah.
I love it when it works and hate it when it doesn't work.
I know. But
they got this new one that's supposed to be, new and improved.
Yeah, the Higdon pulsator, the high HD. I don't know if that's what they called it, but
no, I didn't like the Battleship. That was my waste.
That
of my
was
money.
a horrible. Did you buy that one too?
I did. We bought it at the same time.
Yeah. Waste of money.
Waste of money for me.
Me too.
For the type of hunting that I do, it was a waste of money. I love the concept of it.
Oh, it's a great concept.
But for shallow water like we hunt,
it's clogging up.
It didn't work.
Stopping.
Too much stuff. Yeah. Just didn't work. If you were hunting deep water,
yeah,
It would work fine.
and really calm water.
And no weeds in it.
Yeah, I wanted that to work so bad.
I did too.
I feel like it would be so good. I feel like I don't know how there's not something better than that out there. Like that really works good.
There may be. I mean, but how? Unless you know somebody that has it right, and then you try it.
Mm-hmm.
If it works.
No, I know.
For the type of hunting we do,
I know.
You know, you can't spend money on every single decoy that comes out.
Have you seen that Japu Outdoors?
No.
It's an interesting. It's not a swimmer. It's a lot like Duck Creek Decoys. I want to say, this guy is. I'm gonna pull him up and let you look at him real quick. There it is, right there. It's college. I don't know what college he went to or university, but let me show you what it looks like. I think that's it right there. It's. Let me show you in a pond, because it's a. You have to see it in the water to kind of like appreciate
the ripple effect.
See that? Oh, he's in.
Yeah, I seen it. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a dipper.
Too much.
But it's a full body.
But it's kind of like it's weird because it's almost like it's doing it on its own. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if this is a good video or not. I don't know what's causing it to do that.
Yeah, it's more of a full body, right? But it looks pretty natural.
There's something on the bottom of it, a weight or something that causes it
pulls
to
it down like that.
But I don't know. I thought it's a great. Yeah. Oh well. I was going to show you some more shots of it, but that one's pretty interesting too. Young guy. It's the guy that made it.
Okay. I seen one. It was just some random video I was watching. But they were over in. I don't know, Argentina or Australia or somewhere. That was like some crazy motion on this decoy. And I don't even know where you would get it yet. But I had to order from overseas, or if it would be even legal.
Oh, really?
But it was pretty crazy.
What was it? I don't remember even. Was it like a water motion type thing?
Yeah.
You don't think it'd be legal here?
I don't know. It looked pretty effective though. How it was.
Here's the deal, though. This is the thing. So no matter what you get, it's only going to work for so long. Just like when they said the spinning wing came out the first year, the first couple of years, they said it was not even fair. They said it was so unreal. Mm-hmm. I've talked to on the podcast a few that have talked about that when it first came out, and they said it was unreal. But now here we are, let's say 20 years later, 25 years later after they come out, and we're saying we don't even like them because birds acclimate. Yeah,
and you wonder if they see them in Canada. I don't know. Where are they seeing them first? How many times do they see them before they get down here? Or how good is a duck's memory from one year to the next?
I don't know. But,
I don't know.
But why does it not have that effect anymore?
Maybe just there's so many of them, right? When the time comes, you may have had one or two guys and they seen it like, oh, now they're like everywhere, so it doesn't look natural. I don't know. Not sure what the rationale for.
Did you say what you said the pulsator?
I like the pulsator a lot.
I did too.
I like that one that you have. I'm just not ready to fork over the beatings for it, I guess.
Trust me, I know. Okay, so number one, this is it. This is Travis's all time.
I don't know. This might be really weird for some people, but I like having for both whistles and duck calls is two different calls, not just one.
Okay.
Meaning, like, I wouldn't have like two hybrids, right?
Right.
I would have a totally different sounding call, whether it's two different JJ layers or whether it's JJ layers and a buck garner, whatever, something different. One thing that I do is, like, when I'm calling, I'll call and I'll even switch calls during that,
right?
Just to make it sound like it's a different bird,
right?
And sometimes you're like calling one, right, and it's like, oh, they're not really spawning. You switch to a different call, and it's like all of a sudden they're just like, okay, here they come.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. In pintail whistles, I'll have like a wing setter, and then I'll have something else, and just that different sound. I don't know if it's psychological or what, but to me, it's just sometimes it seems like switching up a call changes how the bird reacts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
I always like having different duck calls.
What's your number one go-to mallard call?
I've used that. I mean, I'm going more and more towards the layers. But for years I've used the Watkins call. Brian Watkins he's out of somewhere in Virginia.
And we looked. He's still making calls.
Yeah, he's still making calls. I don't know. Like, some people say they can't blow that call good or have a hard time blowing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've just gotten used to blowing that call.
That's why I think he would like a cut down, because it's different. And I bet you, I remember when I couldn't blow that call. I didn't have the pressure to do it. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
In your garage, I couldn't even get nothing to come out, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But now it's like I haven't tried to blow that call since then. So I'm like,
I've had it forever.
Right. Years.
Like,
15,
probably
20 years,
more.
maybe.
Yeah.
Closer to. You've had at least 20 years.
Yeah.
Because now that I'm thinking about it, I thought you had when I was a teenager still.
And you and Thomas bought me that JG Lairs. I lost it the first season.
Yeah.
And I had that other one for 20 years and never lost it.
Didn't have the heart to tell us.
Oh, I was so upset. I looked down and it was totally off my lanyard.
Did you only have it on one?
No, I had it on both.
Both loops. Oh, but the whole.
But what it was is it had a swivel snap, and it was hooked on both edges. And some way that swivel snap came undone or broke or something. And I looked and never found it.
Man.
I was
So what's your favorite whistle call?
I like the wing setter.
Wing setter, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a 7-in-1 or 5-in-1?
5-in-1, 7-in-1, something like that. You can use, but mostly teal, widgeon, and pintail.
That's a good one.
I've always liked that call. And the other one that I really liked, and I never really looked for them, and I just got them last year that I really like, is called oh my goodness, what's it called? I want to say it's called a Merlot whistle or something like that. It's shaped like a T, and it has.
Oh yeah.
You grab each end of it, and it has like the thing in the middle that you blow.
I had that call for a long time.
Yeah,
long time.
I like that.
I got it because you had it.
I forget what they're called though.
People are yelling it right now. They're listening to it.
I actually found.
Does that have pintail, widgeon?
You can do pintail, widgeon, and tail with it.
I didn't know I could
it
find
has like
it
a little
after a while.
roller ball in it or something inside of it.
Yep, I know what you're talking about. I just can't. Like, I don't even. Oh, the high roller.
Let me see what it
You're
looks
not talking about that one.
Not that.
I know.
No, it's
I
not
knew
the
that's
high
not.
roller. I personally don't like the high roller.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that one. I had that one too. You had that one for a while, didn't you?
Somebody had it.
You didn't have it?
I didn't have it.
Oh man.
Yeah, I can't think of this other whistle.
I know what you're talking about though, and I just can't. Let me see.
You'd almost have to get the duck whistles, right? And then
I know.
Find it and whatever.
I'm sure there's several in here listening that know what that is, but I had that one too for a while.
Yeah, I always liked that one.
That was a good one. You don't ever see that around no more. Like when you go places,
I don't see them for sale anywhere.
I wonder if they're still being made. Man, what would that be called? For like duck call whistle?
It'd just be under duck whistle, but something. But I think it's important to have a different sound. Same species, but a different sound to it, I guess.
They might not even sell it on here. You probably have to Google it or something. But
yeah,
I know what you're talking about. It was kind of like a greenish color, wasn't it?
They make them out of wood. They make them.
Oh yeah,
with a camo.
Sorry, yawning in the deal. Huh? They don't. I don't know. It's probably on here somewhere. You just got to type in the right word.
Yeah. I just
have you ever? Do you like a Drake Mallard call? You're not into that.
You know what? I'm not good at it, to be honest with you. Like when we hunt, Talon's way better at making a Drake Mallard whistle sound.
Do you
than I am.
think it works?
I try. I don't know, just something different. I try to do it. I'm not very good at it though.
I think it works. I think it's good. I feel like I've seen it work before. It's a little more subtle, right? Like
I can't make it sound right. I don't know.
Yeah.
At least the way that I wanted to think it should sound.
Yeah.
But of course, you know how it is when you're blowing a call.
It does sound.
You have a certain sound in your head, right? And then you actually hear yourself, and you're like,
Would you consider that a 3-in-1?
Kind of. But I'm looking on just images of duck whistle, and I'm not seeing it at all on.
They probably don't even sell that thing anymore.
On Google. I see the wing setter. I see the high roller. The kind that you stick your finger in the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
See those? But I do not. I thought it was called a. I don't know.
There's the burlap I need. Well, that's your number one.
That's my number. I'd say that's my number one.
Huh. Okay.
I would say probably, if you want to just say like honorable mentions. I don't know.
No, save them. Save them.
Well, this one is not this one's not a piece of equipment.
Okay, one honorable mention.
All right.
Because I had a bunch, right? Same, because I'm going to
right.
save it for another one, another
All
podcast.
right.
Go for it.
So I think one thing that's really, that for me is essential is a hunting partner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody with you when you're hunting. So many times when I first started hunting, I hunted by myself. And I'd have these fantastic hunts, and you're trying to relay that to somebody else that wasn't there or didn't even duck hunt. And it's so hard, right?
Yeah.
Because for you have these images in your mind,
Mm-hmm.
and you remember these moments or this, this specific situation happened. And it's just so much more fun when you have somebody there to share that with you. And that's what's cool about you doing the YouTube. You can look back and look on it. And it even brings back, you recall certain things that you probably would forget if you didn't have it. So
yeah, no,
that would be my honorable mention. And two, like if you had a dog, right? If I was hunting solo when I had a dog, that would enhance the experience.
Oh, dude,
just
threefold.
Yeah, just because
people were like, "Can't believe I didn't put Rocky on there." But I was like, "Well, I said duck gear."
Yeah,
but I mean, when you look at it, like I put like
it's not like he's a piece of equipment,
I know, but I did put Onyx, and that's not gear.
You know what? It is in a sense, though. I think I think, and that was one of the ones that I would probably say as well, right? Simply for marking spots, saving spots, right?
Getting to them.
You may not have hunted that spot, but you see birds dropping in over there, and you can look on there, and it's like, oh, and then drop a pin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Check this spot out.
Do you use it at all?
When I'm lost.
You're funny. I've been lost with you a few times out in the duck, or delayed, I should say.
I got so many ideas, though, man. I've done some stupid stuff, and I'm like, oh, if I had this, that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
You want to hear one of those?
What?
So one time it was super foggy, right? And I get out there and going, and I think I'm going to hunt this spot. So I took off my gun, and I laid it up on the tules. I started putting out my decoys, and it's foggy, right? Then I started looking for my gun. I can't find it because I get disoriented spinning around the pond throwing out decoys.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'd be nice to have something. Don't ask me what. Maybe like a beeper for your keys on your car, right? Ding,
an Apple AirPod.
Ding, ding. And
that's what you need.
Make a noise on your gun, or some type of light.
Yeah.
I don't know, something. Or don't be stupid and put it where you can find it.
You need an Apple tag, Apple whatever they call them, tags, where you could stick it on there and then
like a dog tracker.
No, like I use it for my wallet and my keys.
Okay.
So
I'm
you
not
could
techie,
track it.
I'm old. You gotta remember I'm old.
Yeah.
But
you are getting up there.
Yeah, you just leave your gun up on the tule clump and you can't find it for 40 minutes. You start panicking, right?
Dude.
I'm never gonna find my
trying to retrace your steps.
Find my gun in this sea of tules.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, that was a good one. Let us know what you guys think of Trouse's. Honestly, if I had to say, I would say his were almost some of the best out of us three. I mean, like the Onyx thing is gonna hands down to me trump a lot of stuff just because saving spots and when you travel a lot, it's hard to remember everything. So
exactly, especially when out of state.
Yeah, but like all the other things you said, it's like, man, why didn't I think of that? Because I mean, those are things I will not go hunting without doing. I'll never go. At least I try not to without extra pair of socks and like a hoodie or something fresh to throw on afterwards.
Yeah,
we were all still kind of on the same track.
Whatever.
My prayer rug's huge to me.
Yeah,
and out of my truck, I saved the backseat rugs or the mats.
I use my mats a lot
because there's rubber.
Yep.
On the bottom and the water won't go through. So, anyways, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks, Travis, for sharing yours.
Yeah,
and we'll probably do some more of these down the road with some new ideas because I know we had some other things we'd probably like to add, but 5, you got to cram it down. So anyways, we'll see you guys on the next one.